International Women's Day, for me, is a day of celebration and reflection. We need to celebrate all women out there and their achievements. We also need to reflect and think about times gone by and historically the women that stood strong and had an authentic voice and fought for equality, and ultimately the reason why we are where we are today and we can live the lives that we do. I am super passionate about empowering women to be the best version of themselves, to remove those barriers, to be authentic, and to ultimately not be afraid of showing vulnerability. Whilst we've come a long way, we still have a long way to go. And I think the message at the moment for me would be, don't fear authenticity, don't fear vulnerability. It's your superpower, it's your strength. And actually it's a day to celebrate exactly who you are. For me, employers really just need to educate. I think the big question is, do all employers understand what breaking the bias means? Do they understand the gender bias? Do they understand the huge equality issues that we are faced with every single day? It's so important that the education side of things is deeply embedded and implemented within all businesses. It's about making sure that you have EDI forums internally for staff of all levels across all departments to have, again, that authentic voice to raise those pressing issues. I think actually we need to start choosing courage over comfort. It's time to have those difficult conversations and get comfortable with it. And I think that for me, for employers, if all employers were to adopt that approach, to step out of their comfort zone, to empower others within the organisation, to feed upwards in terms of what does good look like, how can we change, how can we empower staff, how can we reach a point of equality at all levels, right to the top, right at board level as well. It's really important that employers start to see that and that they make positive changes to help break the bias. Changed, thankfully. We are moving forward. We do have options, we do have choices now, but in terms of what women can do for women, I think it's really important that we support each other, but there's a consistency, I think, with that authentic voice. I think far too often we're driven by fear of rejection, fear of being judged, fear of being rejected, not listened to. I think it's only good things can happen when we step out of our comfort zone. And I'm a true believer in that. So I think actually, if we consistently support each other, if we consistently educate others, including men, in terms of those situations, I think actually we can make even more positive strides forward. Famously said, it's not about winning or losing, it's about showing up when you feel vulnerable. For me, that underpins everything. It's so important that we recognise that it's an achievement to show up. It's an achievement to say how we feel or why we feel that way. It's an achievement to educate people, and the entire time we can feel completely vulnerable, and that is okay. I truly believe if we support each other, if we speak up authentically, okay, breaking the bias isn't going to change overnight, but we can absolutely make positive strides forward, but we can into a much more inspiring, kind, equal world.